And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Sheep Ludes, with my co-host Gaggle of small birds that are in my wall screaming. At a certain point, they're going to start asking for monetary compensation for their input in the videos. They've seemed to calm down right now, which means, never mind. I spoke too soon. They heard me say that, and now they want their input. I wonder what they're saying. I feel like very wildly problematic things, so I'm not going to translate them. Just know that I could. Birds aren't even real. Anyways, let's gaze upon the crystal ball, look forward, and see what we can expect in Season 7 of my team. It's crazy. We're already at Season 7. It's coming next Friday. That's nuts. That's a crazy thing to think about. Time is a flat circle. All right. So, Monday. Now, when it comes to Monday, I don't think we see anything except for one specific thing, and that is Season 6 Super Packs. I feel like it's kind of a foregone conclusion that we get Season 6 Super Packs on Monday, right? I don't think that's crazy to speculate on. I would assume odds-wise they're probably very similar to the generational odds, just with significantly better Opal and Pink Diamond odds, but 3% Dark Matter odds is probably pretty accurate, if I had to guess. So I would hold off on buying any cards at an Opal or below tier for right now. Except for the generational cards, these guys quite literally can't get any cheaper. They're already basically a discard value. So I don't think it really matters if you pick these guys up now or later. I mean, you might save like 1,000 or 2 MT maybe, but that's about it. But when it comes to everybody else, yeah, I would probably wait. Especially guys like Lul Dang that are a little bit on the more expensive side right now, for like Kevin Porter Jr., Marcus Gasol. You know, these guys are a little bit more expensive, so it's better to wait. If you want any random dudes like Christian Braun, then just wait because he'll be significantly cheaper. Other than that, we might get an Evo. Maybe. I don't know. What games on Sunday? If there's any games on Sunday, let's see. So let's take a look. I actually don't know what games are when. So tomorrow at 2:30 is going to be 76ers Celtics, so we might get evos based on that. You know, it's kind of crazy because we haven't seen, granted he hasn't had the best playoffs, but we haven't seen an update for Jason Tatum at all, which is only communicates to me that they're going to drop a new Jason Tatum soon. That seems to be the only reason they would have done this at this point. So whoever wins tomorrow, I'm guessing their star player will get an Evo. So it'll either be Joel Embiid, and he'll just turn into the Joel Embiid we just saw this past season, or it'll be Tatum, who turns into a new Tatum because we haven't gotten one yet. I don't know. Obviously, some role players will get in there, get in the mix also. Like Marcus Smart got an Evo. People are pretty excited about that. It's pretty cool, I guess. You get another one. That's what's up. But yeah, that would be my prediction there. And we actually saw somebody get one in a loss too. Like Cameron Payne got an Evo in a loss, so maybe we'll start to see lost ones pull up. I don't know. I have to assume they're saving Tatum's Evo because they don't know if he's gonna go further in the playoffs. I honestly don't know what it is, but it's fine. So we got our super packs out of the way, which means that Tuesday, I actually don't know what they're gonna do Tuesday. I have no idea. I think we probably do get... There's no playoff games. We're not going to get any Evos. I don't know if these go away. If they do go away, they'll just bring them back Tuesday. So that's about it. I don't know. Probably nothing of note coming Tuesday, I would say. Wednesday, they're probably taking this entire week to prep for Season 7. So Wednesday, we'll get our Season 7 preview. My guess is they won't say anything in the preview. It'll all be very generic and nothing specific will be laid out, which I hope they change. I hope they start like telling us who the reward cards are going to be, because I just feel like that's a little bit better, but it is what it is. I feel like instead they're just going to have vague, laissez-faire attitude about the whole thing and just be like, yeah, new cards are coming. That isn't going to stop me for trying to predict cards, right? So, I mean, honestly, I didn't get a single reward card this season. Like, I didn't grind for Bradley Beal. I don't even remember who this is. Honestly, I forgot. It's Jerry Lucas. Yeah, I didn't get him. Yeah, I didn't get Herb Williams. I did get Sean Livingston. That's right. Didn't get Franz Wagner. Didn't get any of the other cards. I might get Bob Pettit. We'll see how the limited gods treat me. But I do think we get another domination. I think like a playoff version of a domination or something of that nature. That I think we do get, but we probably won't even hear about that on Wednesday. Like, we won't know about. No, they usually tease those. So I'm going to predict some sort of domination. I don't know who it's going to be. It's just going to be a regular dark matter, not an invincible. Let me see who we got card-wise around this time last season, and we can kind of build off of that. You know? So, let's see here. Yeah, because we got like playoff conference final moments and stuff like that before, so I'm wondering. I preferred what they did last year significantly to what they're doing this year with these playoff cards, because last year we were just getting like grindable straight up cards, which I liked better, but to each their own, I suppose. So I don't know who it would be, maybe like a Pau Gasol or somebody of that nature, like that would kind of make sense. But as far as game modes, I mean, let's just go back to like season 1 and just start looking at these cards, because this is where the game mode guys come from, like for sure. Yeah, you know what? Dark Matter Karl Malone. I'm going to go with Dark Matter Karl Malone. Big Carl out here is going to be the guy. Yeah, we're going to get Dark Matter Karl Malone for sure. I'm just feeling it. I don't know what game mode he's going to be, so I'm not going to try to narrow these down game mode wise. I'm just going to guess cards in general. So I'm going to go Karl Malone. I think Rudy is more of a pack guy, so we'll see a Dark Matter Rudy relatively soon in packs. Maybe Rick Smits. Maybe, because I feel like he's like the last quote-unquote Yow stopper left that hasn't gotten a disappointing card, so maybe we see Rick Smits in the cut, so that's 2 of them. I feel like none of these guys, to be honest. No. Maybe D'Angelo Russell. Siakam, I think we'll see a new Siakam pretty soon, too. Let's go to Season 2 and kind of look from there. I'm just looking for people who I think would make sense for... Also, shout out to the Bulls for being interested in DeAndre Ayton. Like, we don't have enough disappointment on our team, but whatever, it's fine. I don't know. They've been kind of loading up a bunch of these guys, so I'm not sure who it could be. I think I said it before, but I'm going to say Kurt Thomas, just because I think it would be super funny to have the 2 Thomases. And you can never count out a Van Arsdale, so let's go with Dick Van Arsdale too. So we got 4 cards total. Van Arsdale would be like triple threat offline or something. That just makes too much sense, honestly. It makes significantly too much sense. Other than that, yeah, none of these guys. Let's go to the All-Star guys. I feel like it'll be playoff themed or like finals themed. You know, I'm going to go with a Rudy LaRusso, one that plays shooting guard too, because they usually like to throw him in the game at some point. He'll be a RNG reward. Hear me out. That'll definitely happen. I think ML Carr will get a new card too, because I feel like people like ML Carr, maybe Bob McAdoo. These are all guys that could very easily get new cards. We're starting to see 2K bring all of these guys up to speed with like new and updated cards. So you could say that's good. You could say that's bad. I'm not really sure how I personally feel about it. Sam Perkins. Juwan Howard will probably get another card, but I feel like he's going to be in packs as like a pink diamond or something of that nature, you know? Same with like Dale Ellis and guys like that. So, Ron Harper. Yeah, let's say Ron Harper, actually. I'm going to say Ron Harper because it's big point guard time. So, I don't know. Either way, the names will be relatively disappointing. Also, don't count out any of the flash forward guys from getting new cards. Like, I feel like every single one of these guys will get a new card. So Bailey Howell probably gets like a reward card in some capacity, or maybe like Powell or Wayne Embry. Even Kazi Russell, Nedelicki's probably going to be in packs. George Mikan, Dolph Shea is probably in packs. Don Ole. I actually wouldn't be shocked if they just did all the flash forward guys at this stage. Thursday is going to be nothing, and then we get to Friday. The onset, the beginning of season 7. Now, the first set should be interesting because I feel like the first set this season was kind of whack, honestly. Like Derrick Rose, Kevin Durant, Will Chamberlain, I feel like no one really cared. Like the most hype card in the set was probably Andre Karolinko, honestly. Like no one else cared about any of these guys. Really only the Radiant set was really groundbreaking as the first set of the season. Every other first set of the season kind of sucked. So I have to assume that that's going to be the case again. Now, we are going to get an Invincible, and as far as like what Invincible that is, it's tough to say because I feel like we got so many guys that I would say might be the first Invincible card this season. So we got to go back to season 5. Hmm, a few different options. I mean, I would say logically Kobe would be the most logical one, but I think they'll save Kobe for a couple weeks since we just got T-Mac. Like, I feel like it'll be a bit for him. I would have said Wilt Chamberlain, but we just got Wilt. Shaq is always a good possibility also, but I would say Giannis is the most likely. He would be the most likely recipient of the second Invincible card. Him or like David Robinson, I feel like would make the most sense. Magic Johnson's also there as well. It's been quite a bit since we got Magic. He hasn't even got a Dark Matter, so he's probably the most likely person, but it's tough to say. But I would say Magic would be up there, and if it wasn't Magic, it's going to be Giannis. So those are the two Invincibles that are possible. Obviously, they could go wildly into left field, but who knows. As far as the rest of the cards in the set, honestly, crapshoot. I have no idea. That is an excellent question. Could be anyone, literally anyone. Like, I think Scottie Pippen will be one of the Dark Matters. I feel like that's accurate. That makes sense. I've been pining for a new Scottie. We'll get a troll Dark Matter like an Amari Stoudemire or like DeMar DeRozan or someone of that nature. That would also make a lot of sense. What are other random cards we could see in this set? Where's the... Is that season 2 where it had the Around the World set? Because I guarantee we start getting some of these guys. Yeah, this would make sense. I think we've gotten updated versions of like every single one of these guys, except Boris Diaw. So Pink Diamond Boris Diaw coming through, or an Opal or something. But I feel like they'll save him for the next out of position set. Let me get a point guard Luis Scola. Yeah, or like point guard Dario Saric. You know, I'm going to say Pink Diamond or Opal Bargiani too, because that just makes sense. I feel like Vlade Divac will get a new card. Like, who knows? Everyone else has really gotten updated cards except Zaza Pachulia and Carlos Arroyo and like Pat Burke, so I don't know. It's getting really difficult to start guessing who we're going to see in packs because we've seen all of these guys like multiple versions. I think I did multiple. I've recorded 2 videos in a row. Like, give me a break. We've just seen like a bunch of different versions of these guys at this stage. Like everybody from the old sets, barring like lower tier guys like your Charles Oakleys, your Chris Andersons, have gotten updated cards. So it's hard to say, you know, who's actually going to get new cards at this stage. So I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below if you have anyone specifically that you're either hoping to see or that you think for sure we're going to see in either the Season 7 rewards or in the first packs of Season 7. Now, I will say, one of my other predictions for Season 7 is that I think we get a new set of like base series cards, you know, kind of like the playoff card. I got 2 gold ink balls. Are you for real? Okay. I think we see like another round of those. I don't really know what they could be. Like maybe they'll be throwback moments or something of that nature. But I do think we start to see more of those popping up. I think that's a foregone conclusion at this point. Shout out to D'Anthony Melton, who's in every single one of these. I swear to God, every time I can use D'Anthony Melton, I just send him in the fray, dude. But I feel like we get another series of base set because 2K likes to give us a lot of base set cards to muddy the odds of packs, and they will include Dark Matters for sure. They might just continue to do playoffs if they're lazy, but I actually do think they're going to do like a different set. So maybe we start to see throwback moments. We could start filling up the ranks of like all these random like older base set cards that haven't gotten new versions, like your Ronnie Cycles, like Katino Mobley, Desmond Mason, like guys like that. I feel like we'll start to see more and more of those coming, like Millsap, like just guys that no one really cares about, that like no one will use, but it's just like pack filler. Because I mean, we have so many cards left. Like, I mean, where are we at right now realistically? We're at, oh yeah, Dave Cowens does have a card. I forgot about that, so scrap that. So we're about right here, right? So until the final, they still need to... That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of player cards that they need to do in the next, like, 3 months, basically. Yeah, so they need to do, essentially, if you're at max collector level, which is nigh impossible at this point, unless you spend an entire year's worth of house payments on packs, you still need to do about 1,000 cards roughly, so it's not quite as much as I thought, but that's still a lot of cards to put out in about 3 months. So I feel like we're definitely going to get another wave of base sets. So like I said, comment down below what you think, and hope you have a good day. Peace. Why'd I do Richard Nixon? Just ignore that. Just ignore it.